Hello everyone, welcome to Punk Write. My name is Smee. Today's topic is the hero and the hero's journey. Whether you're a brand new writer or you're an accomplished writer, creating a compelling character and a compelling character arc is the ultimate challenge. Strong characters demonstrate character agency, which is their own internal will to act based on the internal motivations that you give your characters. An implementation of a hero's journey type structure is an excellent way to create plot devices so that your characters can be put into situations where they can demonstrate their own agency. But I want to stress that plot devices and sequences of events is not story. Story is more complex and depends on your characters' inner motivations, their inner feelings, and their own personal desires as they manifest themselves in the world that you put them. World building and understanding the world that you've conceived for your characters is an excellent way to create opportunity for your characters. The interactions that come from those is what creates situations for your characters to be who they are, to demonstrate change and to grow along the story. If you're able to show growth with your characters, then you've done a successful job. Campbell's structure looks at three distinct parts, or if you're writing film, we can look at those as a three-act structure. The three-act structure is a compelling structure, but what I find quite important about it is the way that the worlds interact. In the first act, you have your protagonist who is confronted with some sort of normality. Within that normality, an inciting incident happens or some conflict arises that forces them into a decision. That decision is either an introspective self-examination or it's an external force that causes them to move into action. Even though they may not be ready for that action, there is someone that provokes them into actually moving forward and moving the action forward. The beginning of Act 2 is where you really get the interaction between the two different worlds. You have the ordinary world where your protagonist began, and then you have the special world, or you have the alternative world where they're thrust into. This is where they are forced to really show who they are as a character. Formation of allies, confrontation of enemies, many obstacles that will arise, and your job as a writer is to bring that forth and demonstrate the qualities that they have that allow them to overachieve the many obstacles that will be presented within that second act. Finally, after the protagonist is able to overcome all of these difficulties, they return to their ordinary world, and this regression into their ordinary world is not the same. They are, to say one thing, they are enlightened. They are proven to be something that they have not been before. If you can achieve these changes over your story, you're going to prove to have good, solid stories. Build strong worlds, you're going to naturally create situations for your protagonists and your antagonists to react. The worlds define the people. The people do not define the worlds. So conceive this strongly in your head and you'll be able to develop more naturally strong characters. And when you fall into that flow of your character, God, it feels great. It just, you understand their movement and why they do it, their motivations, their motives, their actions and their reactions. And that's when you know you have someone compelling. Thanks for joining us here on Punk Write, and I look forward to seeing you again for more videos. If you want the full Punk Write experience, visit the website punkwrite.com. Until then, keep writing. You do not need permission. Do it because you want to. Punk Write.